Ghost in the Shell. In the near future, Major is the first of her kind, a cyber-enhanced human built to be the perfect soldier, devoted to stopping the world's most dangerous criminals. But with her past a mystery, the real journey ends up being one of self-discovery. Major is played by Scarlett Johansson, and she is really the only big name in the film, which actually helps immerse you into the world a lot better. There was a lot of complaints about whitewashing with casting Johansson, but people just like to be up in arms about stupid crap these days. She does a good job here, and is much better than her previous movie, Lucy, which also focused heavily on what it meant to be human. Major's partner is played by this Danish actor, who I'm not even going to try and say his name. He did a good job, and his massive frame helped contrast Major's in many scenes. Though for about half the movie, I kept thinking about Kiefer Sutherland and Lost Boys. I think it was definitely the hair. The pacing is kind of up and down throughout, and while the trailers may have you believe that this is an action movie, it really isn't. It has action in it, but is more about the search into finding out about Major's past and sort of discovering what it means to be human. There are long periods of dialogue and sweeping shots of the city, which are beautiful and does a good job of building this world that you're thrown into. It all takes place in a future filled with tons of cybernetic humans. Almost everybody's cybernetically enhanced in some way. The special effects are well done, however. There are a few shots that reminded me of like a PS2 era type of game. I think it was done on purpose to bring in more of that anime feel. There was one scene in particular with a car that reminded me of something out of Sin City, or really it actually kind of reminded me of Kung Fury. That's when I was struck by lightning and bit by Cobra. Gotta love Kung Fury. Ghost in the Shell actually reminded me a lot of Blade Runner. Blade Runner asked the same types of questions, but executed them better. Not to say Ghost in the Shell is hollow, it introduces some ideas of its own. I guess it's really not too fair to compare it to Blade Runner, but that's what it reminded me of. And with Blade Runner 2049 coming out later this year, I'm sure it'll draw more comparisons whenever that's released. So I never saw the anime on which this is based, so I'm solely basing it as a standalone movie. The anime was released in the mid-90s, and you get that early 90s feel while watching the movie, so I would imagine that it really must have taken a lot of inspiration directly from the anime. If you're looking for a slow-paced search for humanity that is sprinkled with action, then Ghost in the Shell is for you. If you go in looking for action, you may be disappointed. So, in the end, I'm giving Ghost in the Shell 7 ghosts out of 10. If you like this review and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geek True 64, and I will always tell you the truth.